Penzance as part of a three-match promotional push deep into rugby union territory. Well, at least the posts are up for tonight's game, unlike in 1962 when Rovers met Hull FC on this ground and some skullduggery by the hosts meant a last-minute panic.
Well, the ground was not a problem. We could use the ground, and no way they were going to stop us. And then they said, look, sorry about this, but you can't use our posts. So that was a major issue. But I went to a local builder's agents here that I knew very well from years ago, and explained, Wilfred Edwards he was called, I explained the situation to him, and he said, Graham, no problem, leave it to me, the posts will be up there. And when we came to play the game, there was new posts, all up and ready.
No such shenanigans for the return of rugby league to Penzance as Cornwall took on Devon in a game sponsored and supported by the Leeds Rhinos, whose community department are working to develop the game in the southwest.
It's the last county really to go into. I say county, it's more like a country, I think. There's a really sort of rich heritage of rugby in Cornwall, and I think rugby league has its role to play.
The gap between Devon and London and the South East is as great as the gap between the north of England and the South East, and actually rugby in this part of the world is the working person's game. It's just what people do. It's really historically just they haven't had the opportunity to play rugby league, and that's why we want to bring the sport to them.
Devon won comfortably when the two sides met in Plymouth last year, and with a more experienced side containing several players from the Southwest Conference Division, the Devonians raced into an early lead in the rematch at the Menai. Cornwall had plenty of encouragement from the sidelines, but their team of raw recruits from Union have some catching up to do.
Basically, you're trying to teach, like, old dogs new tricks. They've grown up from 5 years old, playing rugby union, so to only have 6 weeks and for their hard work to adapt to league was a really big effort of all of them, really.
With man of the match Martin Brown running in a first-half hat-trick, Devon dominated proceedings and led 36-0 at the break. It was an impressive display in front of a crowd which included a few people who know their rugby league, including the former Wigan three-quarter Wes Davis, grandson of Billy Boston. Wes now plays Union for the Cornish Pirates and lives in Penzance.
There is one thing about the Cornish, and they're absolutely seriously passionate about the sport. And I think evidence has shown tonight that this rugby league match has been well received.
Cornwall restored some pride in the second half with skipper Adam Copeland among their try scorers, and that gave the home fans something to cheer about. But it was the visitors who stepped up to collect the Martin Roddy Trophy from the Cornish Express himself at the end of the game.
Cornwall side only just started, and I think after the very difficult first half where they went over 30 points down, to come back and at the end, towards the end of the second half, we're holding the Devon side to 12-12 was an excellent result for them.
So back-to-back wins for Devon and some advice on growing the game for their neighbouring county.
That's respect for you. Yeah. Hopefully these games like this will increase the profile of the sport down here, and hopefully it'll take off. I don't think it'll be long before it does take off down here, to be quite honest with you.
Boys came off, they were buzzing, so that's what we want. So next year they'll be up for another game and hopefully beat Devon next year.
And they were still buzzing at